Hello and welcome to the Random Access Show. I'm Leon Panopoulos, and in today's episode I'll be telling you why this year and last year have been the worst in the world of cybersecurity. It's going to be pretty interesting, so sit tight and enjoy. I'm Leon Panopoulos and you're listening to the Random Access Show. Hello and welcome to the Random Access Show. Now, today I'm talking all about cybersecurity and in particular why we are very, very bad at it. Now, in my opinion, this year and last year have been the worst years in the world of cybersecurity. We've had more hacks than ever. We've had the Optus data breach and the Medibank data breach in Australia last year. We've had a few other data breaches that I will be mentioning along the way, including MGM and Caesars Palace, really big casino operators who you would think would have better cybersecurity measures in place, but obviously didn't. Now, look, I'm going to start by listing a few of the most recent data breaches, including this first one by Air Europa. It's actually probably the most recent data breach. It occurred on October the 11th, which is, as of recording, 4 days ago. And it's a Spanish airline, and they told customers to cancel all their credit cards after hackers accessed financial information during this data breach, including card numbers, expiry dates, CVV numbers, which are those 3-digit numbers on the back of your credit card, and they were all extracted from Air Europa's system. Now, it's an airline. You'd think they have some measures in place, but obviously not. And it's actually quite disappointing. And this is going to be a common talking point throughout this episode. These companies do not have the cybersecurity measures in place that they probably should. And obviously, you're not going to be able to stop every single data breach that occurs, but you should be able to contain it as quickly as possible. And I'm going to give you a stat right now, and this is from last year. IBM, every year they release a data report on data breaches, and from last year's report, it took an average of 277 days to identify a data breach. 277 days to identify a data breach on average. That means that there were data breaches that have gone on for longer. There are data breaches that have probably been going on for years, and they haven't been identified yet. Right? Now this is a long time, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not good information to be hearing, especially as a consumer. Right? I'm not a business operator, but as a consumer, I'm using these websites every day, and I'd hope that they have some measures in place to help my data stay safe. But if it's taking them an average of 277 days to identify the data breach, I don't know that they I don't know that they have the right measures in place. But it also took an average time in 2018, according to the 2018 report. The average time to contain a breach was 80 days. So you detect a breach in 277 days plus 80 days. If I do some rough maths, that's around a year. 277 plus 80 is, if I'm exact, 357 days. So that's 10 days under a year. What does that mean for me? It means my data is in the hands of hackers for around a year on average before this company, a company as big as, say, Optus or Medibank, have the ability to stop it. It's unbelievable. And obviously, it means that these companies need to stop wasting money on stupid benefits and ads and TV promos and start spending money on cybersecurity, because it's going to affect them as well. Data breach cost is high. All right? Data breach cost is extremely high. And for these businesses, when you have a data breach, you're losing customers. T-Mobile have had 8 data breaches since 2018. 8 data breaches in 5 years. You're going to lose customers like that. Their most recent one, hackers accessed 37, actually a single hacker accessed 37 million people's personal data, including their name, billing address, email, phone number, date of birth, account number, plan information, and more. It started on the 25th of November last year, and it was detected on January 5th. That's over a month and a bit that it took them to figure it out. I'm glad it's not 277 days like the average. That's a whole bunch of time for the hacker to do whatever they want, right? And it's one singular hacker. One singular hacker got 37 million people's personal information, right? If you're with T-Mobile, they've been hacked 8 times in the last 5 years. That's called customer loss, right? Do you know how many customers they would have lost during this 5-year period? After this, especially, more customers would have been lost. This is not good for businesses. They need to start spending more money in the cybersecurity, right? MGM Resorts, one of the biggest casino operators in the United States. On September the 11th, they reported a cybersecurity issue was affecting some of its systems. A reported 6 terabytes of data was stolen. Now, that report was from an external source. And the method used was one called phishing. Now, it's a take on phishing, except it's when you're calling, and it's using voice as the method of phishing, and I'll explain the term phishing in just a second. But what happened was this hacker went on LinkedIn, found one employee, including his name, title, and information, and then he used that, called up the MGM help desk, said, hey, I'm this employee. I need my password reset. They got the password reset, they accessed the back door, and there they go, taking all this information, taking all this data, and it's as easy as that. And if you want to know the official meaning of phishing, it's spelled with a PH, by the way, not an F. We're not actually going phishing. It is, according to Google, the fraudulent practice of sending emails or other messages purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as passwords and credit card numbers. All right, that's a really long definition, right? But it's just basically pretending to be somebody that you're not, to trick people into giving you information. The Collins Dictionary online says, phishing is the practice of trying to trick people into giving secret information using fake emails or websites. The details are then used to steal people's money or to steal their identity in order to commit crimes. Now, phishing is better known as when you get that call from the guy pretending who thinks he's from Amazon and says that your Amazon account has been hacked. Now, the thing is, you don't have an Amazon account, therefore that is phishing. They are pretending to be from Amazon and pretending to say that your Amazon account has been hacked. Give us your information and we can fix it for you. It's when you get an email from a bank that you're not even with saying you need to click this receipt to secure your account. It's all these sorts of things that are phishing, and it's all coming from human error. These data breaches are coming from human error. That's how most data breaches actually occur. Right? And if we are smarter about how we undergo our digital lives, how we give out our information, not to just any random person, then maybe, just maybe, we'll have a few less data breaches caused by human error. How many data breaches are caused by human error? Officially, according to Stanford University researchers, 88% of all data breaches are caused by an employee mistake. 88% of all data breaches are caused by an employee mistake. That means 88% of all data breaches could have been prevented. These companies not only need to spend more money on cybersecurity teams, but they need to spend more money on training their employees on not to click links. Now, one of my relatives works for a particular company, and I'm not going to mention, but they will actually, the internal cybersecurity team there will send out a message every now and then with a link to click on to all employees saying something like, secure your employee account here now, or something along those lines. And the amount of people that he was telling me click on it, he didn't give me a figure, but the amount of people that he was telling me actually click on that link, a lot more people than it should be. Right, this link is sent out just to test these employees' cybersecurity knowledge and to test whether they'll fall for phishing links, and they do. Do you know how many messages I've gotten from the toll company linked, and I don't even have a car. I don't drive a car, and apparently Link needs me to click on one of these links because I have failed to pay a bill. Here's the most recent one. System notification. It is detected that you have a bill that failed to be paid. Please deal with it immediately, otherwise you will be subject to more serious fines. Act immediately. Link Corporation, and there is just some random .club link. These links are all fake, and we need a lot more cybersecurity training. Your shipment is on hold. Please timely update your delivery address. There again, a .buzz link. I didn't even know that existed. Right, these links are not real, and people are still clicking on them. People are having their data stolen, and they're wondering why. Oh, I just clicked on a link. I didn't think it was going to be fake. It's just common sense. Do not click on links that you do not know. And I'm actually gonna put a link in the description. I know that's very ironic, but I'm gonna put a link in the description where I go and scan every single link that I don't know where it's come from before I click on it. It's urlscan.io, and it will scan every link that you put in there, and it will give you a screenshot of it. It will tell you where it's from. It will give you security stats on it. You can also go to virustotal.com, and these websites will scan the link for you and tell you if they are phishing links or not. They'll give you a whole bunch of information on it. It is helpful. Go use those websites. And if you use those websites, it's not going to stop you from every single phishing link, because there'll be links that pass those tests anyway. But it will slow down the rate of these phishing attacks getting to you. Now, look, what I do like is that one of the good things I do like is that the Australian Privacy Act, which I mentioned 2 or so weeks ago in Tech Done Fast. Yeah, 2 weeks ago on the 28th of September episode. You can go back to that of Tech Done Fast. But what I liked about that is the Australian Privacy Act updated or was reviewed, and you can now sue a company if your data has been affected in a breach that of that company's information. So, for example, that would mean, I don't know if this works retrospectively or retroactively, but if the Optus hack was in 3 weeks' time, I could sue Optus because my information was a part of their breach, which thank God it wasn't, but I could sue them. It is part of this new revision to the Australian Privacy Act. But we need more laws like this that mandate that all companies have some sort of cybersecurity team, some sort of cybersecurity training for their employees. Maybe the government needs to start a cybersecurity program that just trains people on which links are fake and which ones are not. I've done courses, I've seen these things. It's actually not that hard to detect a fake link. It's not that hard. And again, all of this is 88% of this is caused by human error. And let's hope that gets to 0% of this caused by human error. But that's the end of my 15-minute long rant. But yeah, thanks for listening to the Random Access Show. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel and our communities. Make sure to check out our website. And yeah, have a great weekend. You're tuned into the Random Access Show.